Okay, so picture this. You have to get a birthday cake, an urgent legal document, and a business's entire daily stock delivered, all on the same day across one of India's most hectic cities. Sounds impossible, right? Well, that's the puzzle a company called MyCarryBox solves every single day in Kolkata. So let's break down exactly how they pull it off.
This quote really gets to the heart of what they're all about. It's not just about moving boxes from point A to point B. It's about what's inside the box. They see themselves as carriers of really important human moments. The birthday surprises, the time-sensitive contracts, all the little stories behind every single delivery.
And there it is. That's their core promise. They're not trying to be the next global giant. No, their strategy is completely laser-focused on just one thing: owning same-day delivery in their city by being the most dependable option out there, period. In the world of hyperlocal logistics, that is absolutely how you win.
So, before we can really appreciate their solution, we've got to understand the problem they're up against. Why is promising same-day delivery in a city like Kolkata just so incredibly difficult to get right?
I mean, we all take it for granted, don't we? You click a button and boom, a package just shows up at your door. But behind that simple click is this chaotic ballet of timing, traffic, and technology. So what are the real hurdles that make this so hard?
Well, the chaos of it all really boils down to four big challenges. First, you've got the city itself, a maze of unpredictable traffic and winding streets. Second, the packages. You just can't handle a legal document the same way you handle a delicate cake. Third, there's the clock. It's always ticking, and it's a totally unforgiving deadline. And finally, you have to nail it every single time. That's the expectation.
Okay, so that's the problem. Let's flip over to the solution and see how MyCarryBox actually built its system. This is where we get into their history, their core principles, and the philosophy that kind of makes it all tick.
And yeah, these guys are not some flash-in-the-pan startup. They were founded way back in 2016 by people who already knew the logistics industry inside and out. They've spent nearly a decade just mastering this one city, and that deep local experience, that's their secret weapon.
Their entire model is built on these three pillars. And trust me, the order here is really important. It all starts with raw reliability, just doing what you promise you do. That's only possible because of efficiency, using all that local knowledge to find the smartest, fastest routes. And both of those things lead to the ultimate goal: customer satisfaction, which for them is the only metric that truly matters.
Now, this might sound like a bunch of corporate jargon, but it's actually a super practical strategy. It just means that instead of trying to force customers into the rigid system, they build the system around what the customer actually needs. The package and the person sending it dictates the process, not the other way around. It's a simple switch, but it changes everything.
All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty. What are they actually moving across the city every day? And who are the people and the businesses that are relying on them? This is where we see the real-world side of their service.
Their versatility is a massive advantage. I mean, they're not locked into just one thing, like only handling documents or only delivering food. They're built from the ground up to handle pretty much everything. Personal things like gifts, critical business papers, and even huge bulk orders for other companies.
And because of that, their customer base is just as diverse. They're the go-to logistics partner for an individual sending a last-minute gift, a home baker who's trying to scale up their business, a local shop, and a big corporate office. This deep integration into the city's economy is absolutely key to their success.
So how do they handle all that variety? With a flexible fleet. It makes perfect sense. Two-wheelers are amazing for slicing through Kolkata's traffic with a small parcel, but for a fragile wedding cake or a big corporate order, they switch to a four-wheeler. It's all about using the right tool for the right job.
So we've seen the big picture strategy, but what's it actually like to be a customer? Let's walk through the practical stuff, the kind of details you'd want to know if you were going to use their service.
This has got to be the #1 question for any delivery service today, right? That feeling of not knowing where your package is, it's a huge source of anxiety. So how do they solve that?
Their solution is both simple and really smart. Sure, you've got your standard online tracking page, but the real game changer is the direct integration with WhatsApp. In India, that's the communication backbone for millions. By meeting customers on the platform they're already using all day, they make tracking totally effortless.
Okay, now this is a huge question, especially for all the small businesses and e-commerce sellers out there. The ability to handle cash transactions can literally make or break a logistics partner in this market. And the answer is a big, resounding yes. They absolutely handle cash on delivery.
But here's the crucial part. They promise to get that money back to the seller within 2 working days, either in cash or through an online transfer. For a small business, that kind of reliable, quick cash flow isn't just nice to have, it's a lifeline.
So, just as important as what they do carry is what they don't. Every single courier has rules and restrictions, usually for safety and liability reasons. So what are theirs?
The rules are pretty simple, and they're all about managing risk. No high-value stuff like gold, silver, or big wads of cash. And obviously nothing illegal. It's a really clear policy that protects both them and you, the customer.
And this number is super important to know. This is their stated maximum liability, 2,000 rupees, for any loss or damage. It's a clear, upfront policy that just sets expectations for everybody involved. That kind of transparency is so crucial for building trust.
So, when you boil it all down, the MyCarryBox story isn't just about one company in one city. It's really a blueprint for how to succeed in urban logistics anywhere. It shows that it's not always about having the most venture capital or the biggest global network. Sometimes it's about knowing your city better than anyone else and being completely obsessed with serving your customer.
And that leaves us with a bigger question to think about. In this age of giant global mega carriers and incredibly complex supply chains, a local, hyperlocal model like this isn't just surviving, it's thriving. So what does that tell us about the enduring power of being a true local expert? It's definitely something to chew on.